turn off the vinyl as well. Continue. Alright, give me a sec. Gotta do this. And then gotta do this. Boom. Perfect. Alright. Alright, so last time we ended up entering, what's this place? Riverwood. So let's see what it's about. Oh yeah, and we returned the golden claw. So let's talk with whoever this is.
Did I see you talking to Sven? Maybe not. Maybe... Never mind. But I would stay away from him if I were you. Greetings, Brother Elf.
What's up?
Good to see a familiar face so far from home. I'll show you what I know. I'll show you what I know.
Sure.
I'll show you what I know.
Alright.
He's a bard, so he says. Occasionally, he finds time to do his job here at the mill. Thinks his ballads and sonnets are going to convince Camilla Valerius to marry him. As if she would say yes. An intelligent, beautiful woman like her wouldn't fall for that nonsense. I hope.
You hope?
I've been thinking. Maybe Camilla needs a little help seeing Sven for what he is. Could you give her this letter and say it's from Sven? I think I've matched that Nord's lack of cleverness perfectly. All right, then.
What to do?
New to Riverwood? If you're looking for work, go see Pod at the mill.
I kind of feel like cooking it.
It means you're a strapping young man. Don't be a stranger. Another poem, I bet. He does know how to make a girl blush. What's this? If that oaf thinks all I'm going to do is stay in that filthy house of his and clean, You can tell Sven that he already has a mother. I'm not speaking to him anymore.
Oh. Whoopsie. Where's Feindal? Where are you? There you are.
Tell me as soon as you've given Camilla the letter. I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
Hell yeah. Follow me, I need your help.
Lead the way.
I have a companion? Whoa!
I'm right behind you. What do you want me to carry?
First of all, give me your gold. Whoa. You can carry this.
You lead, I'll follow.
Yeah, I have a companion. Hell yeah. Lumber pile. Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. What the hell? God damn. Huh. Hey, what's this? Oh. Is this Faendal's house? Wooden good or so?
I told you my sister would help us out.
Actually,
I'm going to rest up here a while before heading to Windhelm. Be careful.
A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands. Here's the key to the house. Stay as long as you like. If there is anything else you need, just let me know.
ooh.
There is something you could do for me. For all of us here. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Of course.
Make yourself at home. Cross the river and then head north. You'll see Whiterun on its hill as you pass the falls.
Okay.
Jarl Balgruuf? I don't mean to be disrespectful as he's ruled Whiterun Hold well for years, but he seems in over his head now. He's been trying to stay out of the war, but it can't last. He's going to have to pick a side. I'm afraid he's going to make the wrong choice. I wouldn't say that. But he and Ulfric have been at odds for years, and I'm afraid Balgruuf will end up siding with the Empire because of it. But it's hard to believe that even Balgruuf would choose Elisif over Ulfric. Of course, Ulfric's cause is just. It's time for Skyrim to rid itself of the Empire.
I
The
see.
Empire may have been good for Skyrim once upon a time, but those days are long past. Banning the worship of Talos was the last straw. Thalmor everywhere, dragging people off for honoring our own gods. I'm glad Ralof is helping drive them out of here. If I was a bit younger, I might have joined the fight myself.
Give me a sec. I need to turn on my AC. It's getting hot. It's getting hot in here. Alright.
I suppose she's Jarl Elisif now. She married High King Turug just before Ulfric killed him. The Empire supports her claim to be High Queen. I don't really have anything against her. Not her fault that her husband Turug was bought and paid for by the Empire. But she's nothing but a puppet for the Empire now, with her husband Turug dead. Ulfric will make sure she never takes the throne as High Queen.
I see.
Some say murdered, but it was a lawful challenge in the old way.
Mm.
Ulfric called him out as a traitor to Skyrim, and killed him in single combat. If Tori couldn't defend his throne, he had no business being High King.
Fair. There we go.
Good day. It's my mill. Some folks thinks it's my town too, but it ain't. The Jarl in Whiterun owns the land and the town. I just pay the taxes. And by supplies, I suppose you mean weapons and armor? Alvor can help you out. He's our blacksmith.
Okay. Thank you. Saber. Whoa. Olaf and the Dragon by Adonado Liotelli. One of the more colorful legends in Norse folklore is the tale of Olaf One-Eye and Numinex. Numinex? Yeah. Long ago, in the First Age, a fearsome dragon named Numinex ravaged the whole of Skyrim. The dreadful drake wiped out entire villages, burned cities and killed countless Nords. It seemed that no power in Tamriel could stop the monster. This was a troubled time in Skyrim's history, for a bitter war of succession raged between the holds. The Jarls might have been able to conquer the beast if they had worked together, but trust was in desperately short supply. A skillful warrior named Olaf came forward and promised to defeat the beast. In some accounts, he is the Jarl of Whiterun. In other versions of the legend, Olaf promises the people of Whiterun that he will capture the monster if they will name him Jarl. At any rate, Olaf ventures forth with a handful of his most trusted warriors and seeks the beast out, eventually finding Numinex in his lair atop Mount Ator. Needless to say, it's an epic battle. First Olaf comes at the dragon with his axe and his shield. Some variants of the legend say that Olaf and the beast battled with blade and claw for days, but were too evenly matched for either to gain an advantage. Most accounts hold that Olaf, perhaps frustrated that his weapons are completely ineffectual against the dragon, finally cast him aside, giving voice to the rage that has been building within him. Olaf unleashes a terrible shout. Here again, the stories diverge. Many accounts hold that Olaf did not realize he possessed the power of dragon speech, while others suggest that he had long possessed this gift, but wished to test himself against the dragon in martial combat first. Virtually all variations of the legend, however, agree on what happened next. Using the awesome powers of the dragon language, Numinex and Olaf engage in an epic shouting duel atop Mount Thor. So forceful are their words, they set to shatter the stone and split the sky. Finally, Numinex collapses from a combination of injury and sheer exhaustion. Somehow, and this detail is conspicuously absent in virtually every account, Olaf manages to convey the dragon all the way back to the capital of Whiterun. The people of Whiterun are suitably impressed with Olaf's hostage. They build a huge stone holding cell at the rear end of the palace, which they renamed Dragon's Reach. This enormous cell serves as Numinex's prison until his death. Olaf himself eventually becomes the High King of Skyrim, putting an end to the War of Succession. Presumably his great deed made him the only leader upon whom all the people could agree, and so the land once again has peace. As a visitor to Skyrim, I find this tale both fascinating and highly entertaining. It is one of the most celebrated legends of the Nords, and one can easily understand why it is a story of surpassing heroism, in which a resourceful and worthy Nord does battle with a truly terrifying adversary and emerges victorious by yelling him into submission. The only way in which this could have been even more of a Nordic tale would be if Olaf beat Numinex in a drinking contest. The legend is not without its doubters, however. The bard Swaknir, who lived during Olaf's reign, wrote and performed an alliterative verse that challenged Olaf's versions of events, enraged the High King, threw the rebellious bard in prison, and destroyed all but written copies of the verse. How would I love to lay hands on a copy of that verse? I admit I am immensely curious to know what assertions Swaknir made about how Olaf really defeated Numinex. There are a few ancient bard texts that provides one possible answer. These tomes suggest that Numinex was particularly foul-tempered because he was extremely old. In these accounts, the dragon spent his final years terrorizing the countryside before flying off to the top of Mount Ator to die in peace. When Olaf finds Numinex, the dragon is too weak to defend himself. Olaf and his men capture the beast without effort, but decide to take advantage of the situation by fabricating a heroic tale. It is worth noting that all of Olaf's warriors who were set to witness the shout duel went on to become wealthy leaders during Olaf's reign as High King. However, it is equally likely that Swaknir had some grudge against Olaf, and his scandalous verse was an attempt to damage the High King's reputation. Alas, we will never know. I will leave you now, good reader, with this gentle reminder. A good historian must remain impartial and consider all points of view. Time has a way of distorting our records of events, so the closer you can get to the original sources, the better. Yeah. That was a cool book. I'm too heavy. Give me the food. Nom, 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 nom.
I'm glad to help any way I can.
Thank you. Potato. Cooking pot. Is there anything else I can make? Oh yeah, I cooked.
I hope to see you in Windhelm. Good luck. May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
I'm walking.
We're a small village.
Hello.
Still here. What do you want me to carry?
Carry this. No.
You lead, I'll follow.
How heavy I am. Jesus Christ. I'm very heavy. Come on. You can do it. Actually, that's cool. He can use that. So our next goal is Whiterun. Okay.
It means so
Thank
much
you
to us.
so
to have
much.
the claw back
Some
on
may
the
call
rocks.
this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Okay. Didn't know I had that. Books. I need to learn these, right? Miscellaneous. I don't really have anything.
All right then.
Piss.
Lucan, we don't sell silver buckles, do we? One of the customers was asking.
No, dear sister, we do not.
All right. Do you... think maybe we should?
Camilla, really? You don't have better things to do? Because I could certainly find quite a few tasks.
I know. My head's in the clouds again.
Do do do.
Nobody believes me, but I tell you, I saw by shore. What do you want? It's my boy Sven you need to listen to. He sings the inn every night.
Howdy.
Ain't every day we get visitors in River. Yes, actually. How about you smith me an iron dagger? Here's everything you need to make one. Go ahead. I see no harm in it. The grindstone will improve your weapons. Use the table to improve your armor. If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to make something new. Gerder's family first settled here as woodcutters a few generations ago. She and Hod run the mill. I make a decent living sharpening axes and fixing the sawmill. Blades, the finest weapons and armor.
Orcish battle axe. Whoa. Whoa. That's really cool. That's really strong.
Until next time, whatever you need, the finest weapons and armor.
I'm gonna sell some stuff. Okay. I want this. Oh. That's also really cool though. Pickaxe I should buy. Maybe I'll get this. And then disenchant the... Okay, iron.
You looking
And
for
maybe I'll disenchant the great sword.
Reminds me when I first started sleeping. Not bad, but it's a little dull. How about you sharpen it up? Just need a bit of metal and the grindstone over there. You the sneaky type? Got some nice daggers around here somewhere.
Oh.
Need some? This looks good. You put time into your blades. They'll serve you well when you need them. You want to keep helping? How about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack. Until next time.
All right.
Yes? Ah, good. A lot of weapons and armor need leather for straps, fittings, that kind of thing. Let's see if you can make a hide helmet. Here's the rest of what you need.
Thank you.
Aye. You looking for an... Huh. I should hire you to be my assistant at this rate. Let's improve the fit. Take this leather to the workbench over there. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah? You have talent. Keep working at your craft, and you'll be a fine smith one day.
Thank you.
Why don't you keep that dagger and helmet? Maybe you'll remember me when you're making Skyforged steel, huh?
Thank you.
Until next time. I could forge you a war... Blades, helmets... Pretty much... Blades, helmets... Take a look.
Ooh. Ooh.
Until next time.
Alright, let's make some stuff. Alright.
You the sneaky type? Got some nice daggers around here somewhere.
Come on.
What are you looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Whatever you need, the finest weapons and armor.
All right.
Good day.
Still here. What do you want me to carry?
Give me this. And this.
Lead on.
Alright. So. I need to find an enchanting table.
Orgnar. Orgnar, are you listening?
Hard not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get a new batch. Did you hear me?
Yep, ale's going bad.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure we get a fresh batch in soon.
Okay. That's alchemy.
You're that visit.
Hello.
You look like a traveler. Someone that has seen faraway places and heard new stories. Truly. So maybe my mother isn't crazy after all. You had best tell the Jarl in Whiterun. He needs to know about this.
Hell yeah.
At the Bard's College in Solitude, they train bards and skalds like myself. If you go there, talk to Viarmo. He's the headmaster.
Okay.
At the Bard, if you go there, talk to Viarmo. Lucan's got a little bit of everything at the Riverwood Trader. If you need weapons or armor, see Alvor, the blacksmith. Sure. What can I do for you? Only true Imperials request that one. You're nothing but... Sure. What can I do for you? Ah, a fine but bloody tale. I can do that one. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made. But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said,
Matilda?
Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed. And so then came clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in full of zeal. And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Oops. Yay! Whoops. Wait, also, is my audio alright? I hope my audio is all good. Let me check. It is all good. Great. Alright, off we go. Adventuring. Level up. More magic. I still don't know where to put my points. Also, items. Apparel. Like with that. And this one. Helga, Riverwood, Iverstead, Windhelm, Whiterun, Solitude, Markath, Riften. Well, let's go. I need a weapon. This will do. Doodaloo. Where's... Oh, there he is. Power! Unlimited power! Ads are starting in 5 minutes, folks. Oh wait, am I going... I am going towards there. Back we go. Then we'll go this way. Power! Ooh, what's that? Doo-doo-doo. Okay, is there anything behind the waterfall? Nothing? Wait. Oh, come on now, game. Yay! I see a cave. Oh, what's that? There's a beast. And there's a cave. Now, where is the cave? Ooh. Not to Rodolph. Aha. Steel armor. Oh. Whoa. Heads are starting in less than a minute, folks.
Tell you what, you start running so I can stab you in the back.
White River Watch. Alright, ads are about to start. I'm gonna take a break with the ads just so that nobody misses out on anything. And then I'll be back. I'll put on some Blood Bowl music. There you go. Apologies for the longer break. Now I'm back. So let's continue.
Oh. Who's there? Rodolphe? That you?
Yeah.
Boss was looking for you, said he'd be up at the summit. Better not keep him waiting.
Thanks. Oh my god, they have a blind guy. Poor fella. Okay, books. Note from Rodolphe. Your little stunts try my patience. I know my uncle has issues, but he is our watchman and you will respect him. No more sneaking in and out. No more games with his ledger or nails on his chair. One more joke and you'll see how funny a day in a cage can be. Ivar. Ooh. Wolfer's book? Oh. No, I didn't want to take the basket. No. Ooh, shrooms. Do 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 do. I'll take the arrows. Okay. I want to try something. Since he's blind. Do I want to farm some sneak like this? How's my sneak looking?
Cool. Guess I was just hearing things.
Detected by who?
on! Come on!
Damn. The cake and the diamonds. No diamond. I was in the Rat and the Pot Foreigner Corner Club in Aldron, talking to my fellow rats when I first saw the woman. Now, Breton women are fairly common in the Rat and the Pot. As a breed, they seem inclined to wander far from their perches in High Rock. Old Breton women, however, are not so migratory, and the wizened old biddy drew attention to herself, wandering about the room, talking to everyone. Nimlot and Odiad were at their usual places, drinking their usual stuff. Odiad was showing off a prize he had picked up in some illicit manner, a colossal diamond, large as a baby's hand and clear as spring water. I was admiring it when I heard a creaking old bones behind me. "Good day to you, friend," said the old woman. "My name is Abel Kiridite, and I am in need of financial assistance to facilitate my transportation to Old Redania. You want to see this? You want to see the temple for charity?" said Nimrod curtly. "I am not looking for charity," said Abel. "I'm looking to barter services." "Don't make me sick, old woman," laughed Odiad. "Did you say your name was Abel Kiridite? I asked. "Are you related to Abel Kiridite, the High Rock alchemist?" "Closely related," she said, with a cackle. "We are the same person. Perhaps I could prepare you a potion in exchange for gold. I noticed that you have in your possession a very fine diamond. The magical qualities of diamonds are boundless." "Sorry, old woman, I am giving it up for magic. It was trouble enough stealing this one," said Odiad. "I've got a fence who will trade it for gold." "But your fence will demand a certain percentage, will he not? What if I could give you a potion of invisibility in exchange, in return for that diamond? You could have the means to steal many more. A very fair exchange of services, I would say." "It would be, but I have no gold to give you," said Odiad. "I'll take what remains of the diamond after I've made the potion," said Abel. If you took it to the Mages Guild, you would have You'd have to supply all the other ingredients and pay for it as well, but I learned my craft in the wild where no potion makers existed to dissolve diamonds into dust. When you must do it all by hand, by simple skill, you are blessed with the remnants those fool potion makers at the guild simply swallow up. "That sounds all very nice," said Nimlot, "but how do we know your potion is going to work? If you make one potion, take the rest of Odiad's diamond and leave, we won't know until you've gone whether the potion works or not." "Our trust is so rare these days," sighed Abel. "I suppose I could make 2 potions for you, and there would still be a bit of diamond left for me." "Not a lot, but perhaps enough to get me to Old Redania." "Then you could try the first potion right here and now and see if you're satisfied or not." "But," I interjected, "you could make one potion that works and one that doesn't and take more of the diamond. She could even give you a slow-acting poison, and by the time she got to Old Redania, you'd be dead. Bleeding, Kirnet. You'd Dunmer are suspicious. I will hardly have any diamond left, but I could make 2 potions of 2 doses each of you, so you can satisfy yourself that the potion works and has no negative effects. If you still don't trust me, come along with me to my table and witness my craft, if you'd like." So it was decided that I would accompany Abel back to her table, where she had all her traveling bags full of herbs and minerals to make certain that she was not making 2 different potions. It took nearly an hour of preparations, but she kindly allowed me to finish her half-filled flagon of wine while I watched her work, splintering the diamond and powdering the pieces required the bulk of the time, and over and over again she waved her gnarled hands over the gem, intoning ancient enchantments, breaking the facets of the stone into smaller and smaller pieces. Separately she made pastes of minced bitter green, crushed red bulbs of Dalarco spay, and driblets of Siciliani oil. I finished the wine. Old woman, I finally said with a sigh. How much longer is it going to take? I'm getting tired of watching you work. The Mages Guild has fooled the populace into thinking alchemy is science, she said, but if you're tired, rest your eyes. My eyes closed seemingly of their own volition, but there had been something in that wine. Something that made me do what she asked. I think I'll make up the potion as cakes. It's much more potent that way. Now, tell me, young man, what will your friends do once I give them the potion? Mug you in street afterwards to retrieve the rest of the diamonds. I said simply. I didn't want to tell the truth, but there it was. I thought so, but I wanted to be certain. You may open your eyes now. I opened my eyes. Abel had me a small presentation on a wooden platter, 2 small cakes, and a silver cutting knife. Pick up the cakes and bring them to the table, said Abel, and don't say anything except to agree with whatever I say. I did as I was told. It was a curious sensation. I didn't really mind being her puppet. Of course, in retrospect, I resent it, but it seemed perfectly natural at the time to obey without question. Abel handed the cakes to Oliad, and I dutifully verified that both cakes were made the same way. She suggested that he cut one of the cakes in half, and she would take one piece and he'd take the other, just so he would know that they worked and weren't poisoned. Oliad thought it was a good idea and used Abel's knife to cut the cake. Abel took the piece left on the left and popped into her mouth. Oliad took a piece on the right and swallowed it more cautiously. Abel and all the bags she was carrying vanished from sight almost instantly. Nothing happened to Oliad. Why did it work for the witch and not for me? Cried Oliad. Because the diamond dust was only on the left-hand side of the table, said the old alchemist through me. I felt her control lessening as the distance grew, and she hurried invisibly down the dark Aldron street, away from the rat and the pot. We never found the bell, Kiridite, or the diamond. Whether she completed her pilgrimage to Old Redania is anyone's guess. The cakes had no effect except to give Oliad a bad case of droops that lasted for nearly a week. Din, 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 din. That's a cool little story. Oh, I'll take that.
What was that?
Nothing.
Nothing here after all.
Must have been the wind. Attract. Outlaw. Cabbage. Ooh, books. An Explorer's Guide to Skyrim. Far too often noble visitors from Cyrodiil see little more of Skyrim than the view from their carriage. To be sure, this coarse, uncivilized province is far from hospitable, but it is also a place of fierce, wild beauty, with grand vistas and inspiring natural wonders awaiting those with the will to seek them out and the refinement to truly appreciate them. If you are of a mind to seek Skyrim for yourself, I recommend beginning your adventure as I did, by seeking out the Stones of Fate. No doubt you are taken aback by the name as I once was. The provincials and village folk have all manner of dark tales about these ancient monuments, stories of necromantic rituals and foul spirits of great and terrible powers conferred on any who dare to touch them. The stories are, as Jarl Igroff once told me, a load of mammoth dung. A bit uncouth, but you get the point. To be sure, keep your guards with you at all times. Brigands and wild animals are never to be taken lightly, but the stones themselves are nothing to fear. Quite the contrary, their proximity to cities and roads makes them ideal destinations for the novice explorer, and many boast spectacular views that make the journey well worth the effort. To whet your appetite, here are 4 such locations. Most travelers enter Skyrim by way of Helgen, gateway to the north. If you find yourself in this backwater hovel, consider taking an afternoon's ride to the north, keeping to the road as it winds down the cliffs at the eastern end of Lake Ilenalta. Just off the path, on a small bluff, lie the 3 guardian stones, the greatest concentration of standing stones in all Skyrim. The view of the lake here at sunset is simply sublime. Visitors from Caden Hall will pass through Riften, city of intrigue and larceny since Tiber Septim's day. If you seek adventure in the Rift, leave the city by the southern gate and cast your gaze upon the bluff that rises to the south. Atop it sits the Shadow Stone, a fitting symbol for the city of thieves. Whiterun is the heart of Skyrim, its towering palace rivaling even the greatest castles of Cyrodiil. But should you tire of the Jarl's hospitality, another adventure awaits you a few hours to the east of the city, along the road that rises above White River Gorge. The ritual stone can be found atop the lone hill that rises on the north side of the road. Set into an ancient monument, take time to soak in the incredible view of Whiterun, the tundra and the gorge from this unique spot. More seasoned explorers may wish to visit Markath, the ancient city of stone far to the west. The recent Forsworn rebellion has made the travel in the reach perilous. But for those determined to seek adventure, no matter the cost, another stone can be found to the east of the city, perched on the mountains of Kolskagmine, though the climb is difficult, reaching the summit is a milestone an explorer could be proud of. There are other stones of fate to be found in Skyrim. I myself have seen several more perched on the most remote mountain peaks or wreathed in fog amid the northern marshes, but the true joy of exploration is in the discovery, and so I leave the rest to you. May the 8 guide your steps. Cool. Give me a sec. Oh. All right. That was a nice book. The Hope of the Redrun. One of the a few magical arts of Sigix of Atrium have kept to themselves away from the common spells and schools of the Mages Guild is the gift of divination. Despite this, or perhaps because of it, omens and prophecies abound in Tamriel, some of the substance, others of pure folly, and still others so ambiguous as to be unverifiable. There are still other prophecies kept secret from the prophecies of the Rogue God in Elsevier and the Nerevarine in Morrowind, to the Elder Scrolls themselves. The Nord nobility have a tradition of having omens read for their children. In general, these readings are of obscure variety. One of my acquaintances told me that her parents were told, for example, that their daughter would have her life rescued by a snake, and so gave her the name Serpentkin in a special ceremony. And this young lady, Aria Volkor Serpentkin, was indeed saved by a snake many years later when an assassin creeping on her stepped on a dense worm viper. Occasionally, omens seem to be almost purposefully misleading, as if Botea had crafted them as traps. I recall one particularly. Many years ago, a male child was born into the house of Redoran. It was a very difficult birth, and the mother was delirious and near dead by the time it was over. She chanted just as her son came to the world, and she passed from it. Fortune has smiled to this day, not frowned. My child will be mighty in mind and in arm. He shall bring hope to the house. Redoran, neither spell nor blade shall hurt a man, nor illness nor poison cause any harm. His blood shall never drop on the ground. The boy named Andus was indeed extraordinary. He never was ill and never suffered as much as a scratch all through his childhood. He was also quite intelligent and strong, which, combined with his invulnerability, caused many to call him, after his mother's omen, the Hope of Redoran. Of course, any who is called the Hope of Redoran will eventually develop some taint of impertinence, and it wasn't long before he had enemies. His worst enemy was his cousin Etin, who had borne much abuse at the hands of Andus. Primary among the grudge was that Etin had been sent to Rihad to complete his education at Andus's insistence. When Etin returned from Hammerfell, it was because of the death of his father, who had also been a councillor of the house. Etin was old enough to take his seat in the council, but Andus claimed the seat as well, saying that his cousin had been gone too long from Morrowind and didn't understand politics as he did. The majority of the house agreed with Andus, wanting to see the Hope of Redoran rise quickly. Etin exercised his right to combat his cousin for the seat. No one thought he had any chance of winning, of course, but the battle was scheduled to commence the following morn. Andus hoard and dined and drank with the councillors that night, confident that his place in the house was secured and the hopeful new dawn of the House Redoran was rising. Etin retired to his castle with his friends, Andus's enemies, and his servants he had brought from Hammerfell. Etin and his friends were discussing the duel more solely when one of his old teachers, a warrior called Shardi, came into the hall. She had grown quite proud of her student over the years in Hammerfell, proud enough to accompany him across the Empire to his family's lands, and wanted to know why they had so little confidence in his odds in the battle. They explained to her that Andus's uncommon blessings and the nature of his mother's omen. If he can be harmed by disease, poison, magic, and his blood can't ever be spilled, what hope have I of ever besting him? Cried Etin. Have you remembered nothing I taught you? Replied Shardi. Is there no weapon you can think of that will slay without blood? Our swords and spears and arrows are the only items in your arsenal? Etin quickly realized the weapon Shardi was speaking of, but it seemed absurd. Not only absurd, but pathetic and primitive. Still, it was the only hope he had. All that night Shardy trained him in the art of techniques, showing him the various swings and stances her people had developed in Albion Gora, counterattacks, feints, and blocks imported from Yakuda. Wakuda, the classic one- and two-handed grips for the most ancient weapon in history. Oh, is it a mace? Is it a mace? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. It was the cousins faced one another the next morning, and never have two combatants looked so unevenly matched. Andas's entrance brought a great cheer, for not only he was much beloved as the hope of Redoran, but as his victory was a foregone conclusion, most wanted to be in good standing with him. His shining mail and blade drew admiration and awe. By contrast, Etin drew a gasp of surprise and only a smattering of polite applause. He appeared costumed and armed like a barbarian. As Shardy had suggested, Etin allowed Andas to attack first. The hope of the Redoran was eager to finish the battle and take the power he deserved quickly. The blade pushed by and Andas's mighty arm slashed across Etin's chest, but shallowly, and before it could counterswing, Etin knocked it back with his own weapon. When Etin attacked and wounded Andas, the hope of Redoran was so surprised by being hurt for the first time in his life, he dropped his sword. The less said about the end of the battle, the better. Suffice it to say that Etin, wielding a simple club, battered Andas to death without spilling a drop of blood. Etin took his father's seat as counselor, and it was then said that the hope in the omen referred to Etin, not Andas. After all, had Andas not tried to take the counselor's seat away from his cousin, Etin, not being very ambitious, might have never tried to get it. It can certainly be argued that way, I suppose. Ooh, cool. Give me a sec, I need to look at my laundry. I'm back, I'm sorry. There was a... there's a new kitten in the neighbor and the little guy came out to greet me. Alrighty. I need to find an enchanting table somewhere. Well, that's an alchemy lab. Ooh. A loot?
You think it'd work?
Of course not. Dogs I can train, but I have to. Wolf, not a chance.
Right. Lucky if it doesn't rip our throats out. What was that?
Yes! I'm alright. Oh! Sorry, puppy. Handsy potion. Whoa. Cool. Oh crap, I forgot. Give me a sec. Hey, Falker. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome over to YouTube. Let me pin this. How's it going? How are you doing? Ah! That worked. You good? Hell yeah, got to hear that.
Huh?
Uh-oh. Hey March, welcome, welcome. Where are we at? In terms of location or progression? I just got the quest to talk with the Jarl, and I found a cave. Yarr! He has a fire sword. No, no fall! No, 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 give me that. Damn. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, 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 I level up. Stamina. Boom. Oh my god, I'm still too heavy. Okay, let's see what can I drop? Should probably use this. And I guess I can drop this. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Where's Faendal? Uh-oh. Oh, there you are. Oh, just dagger. Dagger? Oh. Whoa. Classic loot goblin? That's me. Whoa. What the hell? This game is gorgeous. Like, for its age. Damn. This dagger looks and sounds kind of cool. Let's put... Oh yeah, I didn't favorite some of my new stuff. Ward, raise zombie. Well, alright then. Yo, the moon. What the hell? Yee. Oh, there's another cave. Oh, and this other... Wait, what was added to my map? The ritual stone. Oh. In this game, for a 20-year-old game, the views never got old and you can put small visual mods. Yeah, exactly. I'm playing fully vanilla, though. Since it's my very first time experiencing the game outside of the tutorial area, I decided to go fully vanilla. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. What the... Poor wolves. They got absolutely annihilated. Raise on me. How does this work? I'll figure it out. Well, goodbye. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I have anonymous follows on so that nobody feels called out or anything. Ritual stone. Okay. Hell yeah. I got a skeleton. Yay. Oh damn. This place is big. Let's go progress with the story a bit, shall we? I kind of want to do that. Since I don't know how long I can go. I'm very tired. But welcome on in March. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having an alright week and I really hope that the heat is not too bad for you. It's pretty bad here. It's pretty freaking bad here. I need to find an enchanting table so that I can disenchant a few items to learn those enchantments. Believe it or not, there's a multiplayer version of this game. Yeah. Didn't Skyrim RP, like a role-playing, pop off recently? $97, that's in Fahrenheit. Yeah. Oof, 36, yeah. That was a few days ago here. We are getting a bit of rain, but... Ooh. But that's pretty much still a heat category here. We're not gonna get a cooldown, unfortunately. Honningbrew Meadery. Well, hell yeah. Count me in. Requires a key. Can't lockpick it. God damn.
You need something to do, or you just enjoy slowing down the hard-working folk?
Welcome. I'm the owner and proprietor of Honningbrew Meadery.
If you want to buy something, go find Sabjorn. Otherwise, piss off.
What's your problem?
Truth, Sabjorn isn't much of an owner. Slave driver, sure.
Honningbrew uses only the finest natural honey. Not that sludge you'll find at Golden Glow
I've never met
Estates.
someone like him that revels
Shut
so
up.
much in others' misery.
Kizal Online is the one I use. There's up to 900 people. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. That's a lot of people.
We maybe take a look.
Ooh. Not bad.
Until next time.
Oh, apple bar.
Blackbriar mead is just fine. If you need something to wash the dirt off a riding horse's hooves.
You, my friend, need practice.
Stop looking at me.
Make it quick.
Good morning, sunshine.
Can't a man have a bit of privacy? Get out of here!
Last warning. Leave now.
Get out! Hey, watch what you're doing.
I didn't do anything. I was running out. Well, if you want it that way. Hello, sir. Ha 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 ha. I am my zombie of you. Got the bounce, but hope you have fun. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Ads are starting in 3 minutes over on Twitch. Are you okay? Oh yeah, this guy's dead. Nice and slow. That's where we want to go.
Huh?
Nice and slow. I'm gonna read these later. Give me that. I don't need this. Sabjorn, this is my third and final offer. I feel that I have been more than generous with the amounts I stated to buy your meadery. There's no reason for competition to stifle both of our businesses. Unified, we could make Blackbriar Mead a household name and bury anyone else who tries to start a similar business in Skyrim. If you wish to accept my offer, please come to Riften and stay at my manor as a guest. I think you'll find that being part of Blackbriar family, part of the Blackbriar family, would be both lucrative and life-saving. Maven. Alright, ads have started on Twitch. I'm gonna take a small break with that. See you all in 3 minutes. Alright, I'm gonna wait for the ads to be over, but I have news. I'm gonna have to cut the stream short. Something came up and I need to run away from the house. And I'm super tired, so I need to do it right now. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be that tired. But the good news is I have someone to raid over to. So YouTube, if you would like to join us for raiding out, join over at twitch.tv/botbandy. Actually, I'm gonna save the game quickly. Okay, quick saved. Yeah, cool. And we'll see you all on Saturday though, because of my travels and vacations, I haven't been around, unfortunately. But I'm gonna make up for it. Actually, either on Saturday or on Sunday. Probably actually Sunday. I'll have to see. But that's going to be it. The ads are over. Let's swap back over here. So yeah, YouTube, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry for cutting it this short, but I hope to see you over the weekend. Keep an eye out on the channel. Subscribe if you would like to, so that you can get a notification when the stream goes live. And yeah,